Hey, Charlotte and Lake Norman area. This is Bruce Youngs here with your monthly market update for May 2026. Let's break down what happened because we're seeing something we haven't seen in quite a few years. More inventory, steady pricing, and increased buyer activity all at the same time. That combination is creating opportunities for both buyers and sellers. Let's talk inventory. More choices are arriving. Let's start with supply, right? The Charlotte region ended May with 12,619 homes for sale, up 6.2% from a year ago. Months of inventory increased to 3.4 months, continuing the trend toward a more balanced market. For Lake Norman sellers, that's especially important because now buyers have more options than they did a year ago. The days of simply putting a sign in the yard and expecting multiple offers are largely behind us. Buyer demand, stronger than the headlines suggest. Pending sales, which tell us what buyers are doing right now, increased 7.9% year over year, climbing to over 4,500 contracts written in May. Closed sales were nearly unchanged, a little over 4,100 transactions, down just 1% from a year ago. What does it mean? Buyers haven't disappeared. In fact, contract activity suggests many buyers are becoming more comfortable with the current mortgage rates and are moving forward rather than sitting on the sidelines. Recent consumer survey shows home ownership sentiment is improving. More Americans now believe buying makes more sense than renting. Home prices, they're stable and appreciating. The median price increased up to $410,000, up 1.2% year over year. The average sales price reached $534,625, up 2.4% from last May. This is exactly what a healthy market looks like. We're not seeing runaway appreciation. We're also not seeing price declines across the region. Homeowners are continuing to build equity while buyers are avoiding the bidding wars that defined the previous years. Days on market. Well, guess what? More time to make decisions, right? Homes average 47 days on the market, up nearly 7% from a year ago. That's, again, giving buyers more breathing room to do several things. One, compare homes. Two, conduct their inspections. Three, negotiate their terms. And that's creating a more stable and predictable process. Sellers are still receiving strong offers. Okay, sellers are receiving 96.3% of their original list price, only slightly below last year. That's important. Okay, even with more inventory, sellers are still capturing the vast majority of their asking price when homes are what? Properly priced and marketed, and they look great. What does this mean for buyers? Well, for buyers, this may be the best combination we've seen in several years. More inventory, less competition, more negotiating leverage, and what? More time to make the decision. The key is being prepared when the right property hits the market. So get pre-approved. What does this mean for sellers? For sellers, the news is also positive. Prices are still rising. Demand is active. They're out there. And homes are still closing close to their asking price. All right. But strategy matters more than ever. The sellers winning today are priced accurately from day one, presenting their homes really well and creating urgency during those critical first 2 weeks that they're on the market. Bottom line, May tells us the Charlotte and Lake Norman markets are continuing to normalize. We're moving away from the frenzy of the past and towards a healthier, more sustainable market that both buyers and sellers can succeed. And as always, real estate is hyperlocal. The story in Cornelius, Davidson, Huntersville, Mooresville, and Denver can be very different from the regional averages. Look, this is Bruce Youngst with the BD Homes Group, your local real estate economist. Call me. I look forward to seeing you next month. Thanks.